I just met Andy Machete, and I guess Finn said that he would like me to play the older version of him, and Andy and I just had a nice lunch and talked it over, and it worked out.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
Hello.
Andy, can you talk a little bit about what it was like going from It Chapter 1 to It Chapter 2?
Chapter 1, there was a couple of trials for me personally, which was Pennywise. Would it be effective? Would it work as a monster? Would it captivate the audience and be scary? And then the Losers Club. How would the chemistry work? Would it be credible as a group of friends? Now the challenges were like engaging the audience emotionally with a new cast. But knowing that there would be transitions between those two timelines, I would manage to get the audience in with that emotional connection with the characters.
Can you talk a little bit about casting the adults to play the kids that were in the first film?
It was a fascinating process, and it was a process that really started when we started the first film. You know, we had 3 elements that had to be followed. Of course, that they were great actors. They had to look a lot like the kids, because we're very thrown off when we see movies in which there's 2 timelines of the same character and they don't look like each other. It takes you out of the movie. And then the third one was, of course, that they were troopers and that they really wanted to be in the film, because we knew that the shoot was going to be intense. I remember Sophia walking in the room the first time we met her and me going, she looks so much like Jessica. So I don't think we ever thought of anybody but Jessica for that role.
Having that first film was such a great blueprint to start the character, and so I based it off of her performance, and then I based it off of Stephen King's novel, and I thought a lot about the cycle of abuse that Beverly found herself in for 27 years, and how that might change the adult Beverly. So it wasn't just an exact copy of her as a child.
Having an older version of me is, you know, it's strange to say out loud. Yeah. It's usually I say I play the younger version of somebody, not this person plays the older version of me.
It was really cool. I mean, there are not very many people in this world that can say that they've met their older selves. So that was really surreal, and I mean, Jay Ryan's like such a nice guy.
I obviously based myself, the performance of Jeremy Ray Taylor's wonderful, beautiful, sweet performance in the first movie.
Andy and I have been fans of Bill Hader for years, and we knew that he could play Richie in a heartbeat because he is Richie, you know, in a sense. Pretty much the same with McAvoy. You know, Andy just loves James's acting. We both do. We think he's like one of the best actors of this times.
So guys, we heard that when you met your younger selves, you kind of did like a 10-minute speed dating kind of thing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
You just answered it. I don't know. You have my one thing, which was speed dating. That was my...
Yeah, that's what we said.
We talked to all of the actors, and we switched tables, and that was a lot of fun getting to know everybody.
We were all just kind of mishmashing and talking with each other, and it was great. It was really, really great.
Wyatt and I actually, the first time we met, we just stared. We had like a staring contest for about like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's real. We were just immediately weird with each other, and we didn't say each other. And then we were like, okay, bye, and we left, and then we talked. So I appreciated his sense of humor in that moment.
Why does he remember that? That's so weird.
Yeah, Andy Bean, you're so weird.
That didn't happen.
It did. That's going to be such a weird thing to lie about.
It didn't happen.
Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news.
Fake news.
They had written us letters to their older selves and gave us a picture of themselves.
That was very insightful into what Jeremy thought his progression would be over the next 27 years.
Mine was a lot about Ben and Beverly's relationship together, and like how Ben was okay, that she didn't love him back, but as long as she knew that he would do anything for her.
Yeah, mine too, older Bill, was a lot about the guilt that Bill feels. He feels responsible for a lot of things, including his brother's death. And so when Bill comes back to Derry, he remembers all that. And I wanted to let him know that he shouldn't feel guilty about his death, that, you know, he should be proud of himself for standing up to this monster.
I can't really remember too much of what I wrote, but what I think I wrote about was kind of the importance of her relationship with the losers, because it was them that taught her kind of self-love and what friendship really is, and what kind of relationships are good and healthy for her, and it taught her what to really fight for.
So we spent a lot of time with each other, and then because the way we shot the movie, we got to hang out with them quite a bit. You know, while they were shooting their scenes, we were hanging out, and vice versa. We'd high-five each other on the way to the studio.
3 of us were in the same apartment while we were shooting the most of it, so I don't know,
we hung a lot.
Yeah, we just would hang out a lot because we had nothing else to do.
It was a lot like eating. Yeah, it was a lot like a lot of eating and cracking jokes.
There's a lot more work, like a lot more days together. So I think even with this one, we just had even more fun because, you know, we were just there for a short amount of time, and so we really appreciated every moment with each other.
Did you let your character be influenced by the younger actors or the book?
A little bit of both, I think. I watched the film and watched Chosen, but also reading the book helped a lot.
Mine was just the movie, 100% just the movie. I was like, if I can do, people really love those kids, so you know, that's all I tried to do.
Did they give you any tips on how to be them as adults?
No, and if they did, I don't think we would have listened to them, right?
Well, I just said deny all your impulses and listen to me. Yeah.
Can you talk about what it was like seeing Pennywise for the first time, or Bill Skarsgård in Pennywise costume?
Yeah, the first time, again, I saw him in the back of like a Suburban drive past me as I was walking the other way on the set.
Oh, man.
Hey. He met me in a restaurant dressed like that.
Full makeup.
Full makeup.
Full on.
Yeah. He was like, Bill!
He's full on.
Over here.
And I was like, Bill? And he's like, yeah, Bill.
Did he stay in character the whole time, or?
No, he's not like that.
No, he's too cool for that.
No, I mean, no, he's just like a regular actor, you know, he doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
That was what was fun about it, is you hang with him and stuff, and then suddenly it comes on, and you're like, whoa. That was cool.
Now, you said that originally you had a 4-hour version of this film. I know that there's stuff that you cut out. Are we gonna see any of this in the Blu-ray? Is there gonna be a director's cut?
I'm intending to make a supercut, which is a version of this story that includes the 2 movies with all of the material that was not included in the release, in the theatrical release or the digital release, and possibly a couple of scenes that I haven't shot yet.
So you're gonna go back and shoot more stuff?
Yes. I'm not done.
You lied, and I died.